based on the biotensegrity model, another fascia guru as such, Thomas Myers, who wrote the book, The Anatomy Chain, which is highly recommended for all coaches, really. He coined the term the sailboat principle, and that's based around the spine, and it's based around the fact that too much tension in one part of the system will create, as I said, will create consequences in another parts. If you have too much movement in one plane, it'll become unavailable in another. The sailboat, and this is called the sailboat principle of the spine. There are ligaments, and this is why it's referred along the spine. There are ligaments and muscles which are under tension around the spine, which maintains tension. These provide stability and reinforce the system. The mast, the sail, the spine itself doesn't carry load by itself, but serves as a stable element with a larger tensile bracing system. The spine is bendable and is responsive to tensional forces from the external myofascial change. The issue happens when we have too much tension on one side of the body. It will have a negative effect elsewhere. And this is why the core is really important in all sports, and it's not a case of doing countless Rocky Balboa sit-ups, although I'm not against that, but to build some muscle endurance or whatever. But the core, it begins at the core, because the core it will engage before the upper and the lower body, and that will stabilize the spinal columns. That will then allow the sailboat principle and the tension of the fascia system to perform the skill that you're about to do in a more effective and efficient manner. I think you're probably wondering by now, what has biotensegrity, the sailboat principle, and fascia got to do with motor learning? Well, sport happens really quickly. I'm here to tell you now that it's not about muscle. Sport, like sprinting, quarterback in the NFL, or a javelin thrower, or a pitcher, or a fast bowler, the skill itself happens too quick for the muscle to have a performance benefit. It's more of a stabilizer, I believe, because the contractile element, research shown, is in an isometric contraction, which allows the fascia, the connective tissue, to perform the skill. And once again, you can highlight, you can identify the true elite because they are efficient, they're coordinated, and I believe fascia driven. And the over reliance on artificial robotic constrained strength training in the modern era has taken the bounce, the natural athleticism out of athletes, and that is due in part to the lack of respect and the understanding of the fascia system. So your fascia is like shrink wraps. It's like the bag of clothes. They're wrapped around the muscle, and then compression and tension creates that stability, that encasing of everything that's in the body.
That concludes the preview of this fundamentals course. You can learn more about fundamentals and how you can use this course to help you continue your education and get CEUs at strengthcoachnetwork.com. Again, head to strengthcoachnetwork.com and you can be able to enroll in this course and be able to obtain CEUs to help you keep your certification.